to What's Growing at CMC, the weekly segment where I, Daniel,
and I, Talasha, share with you about some of what God is growing here at College Mennonite Church.
Last Sunday, the Gundon and Green households hosted Growing Roots for a bonfire at their farm.
We had a delightful fall evening together.
There was a hayride, a bonfire supper, walks in the woods, and even some fort building.
It's times like these that help us all reconnect after a year of not seeing each other very much.
Speaking of getting together and seeing each other, we had a wonderful dinner here at the church last Sunday.
Folks from our bilingual service hosted the pastoral team for a pastor appreciation lunch.
We got to sample food from 2 regions of Mexico and from Venezuela.
And all of it was delicious.
Even more important than the food, though, was the chance to be together.
We got to meet many of our new church families.
Juana's son and his family just arrived here from Venezuela.
We have been praying for their safe passage for a long time, and it was so good to meet them.
We also got to meet 2 other families who have just come from Venezuela.
Goshen is seeing an influx of Venezuelan refugees, and many of them seem to be finding their way to our congregation.
We have an opportunity to welcome and to help people get their feet under them as they arrive.
Here are just a few ways that you can help.
Most people only have the clothes on their back when they get to Goshen.
So we need gift cards for places like Target, where people can get a few things to wear.
Including coats, because there's no time like winter to arrive in northern Indiana.
Gently worn clothing is also welcome.
Another huge need is housing.
As anyone trying to rent or buy in Goshen is aware, we have a housing shortage.
And that drives up rent prices.
So, safe, affordable housing is very hard to come by, even for those of us who've grown up here, who speak English.
Now imagine finding housing in a foreign language and a new culture.
So, if you or anyone you know have spaces to rent, tell us.
And if you have a room or 2 in your house that's sitting empty, consider offering that as temporary housing.
Or maybe you will be gone for an extended period of time, and you could let someone live in your home while you are gone.
Another way we can welcome people is by coming into their space and getting to know them.
Zeph has started doing something that I think might be good for all of us.
He realized that he gets out of Sunday school right as the bilingual service's sermon is wrapping up.
So he sneaks into the end of the service, arriving just in time for the final song or 2. Plus, he gets to see more of his church family.
Once we figured out where in the world he was on Sunday mornings, we thought it was a pretty great idea.
So try it. Hop into the end of the service, get acquainted with our newcomers, and renew relationships with those that you already know.
We want to give a big public thank you to Miles for creating the candle holders for All Saints Day last week.
Miles, those were just beautiful.
We are grateful for the time and care that you put into them.
You are 11 years old, and you contribute so much to our church family.
Thank you.
It was great to hear the choir sing last Sunday.
And you all sounded wonderful.
This coming Sunday, we get to hear another thing that we haven't experienced for a while.
Jubilate Handbell Choir.
And I think a few young boys will be leading us in learning a new song.
This weekend is also Created by God, which is being held here in the sanctuary because of the excellent airflow.
So, on Sunday morning, we may even get to see some evidence of the great things the children and youth are learning in here.
Curious? See you Sunday.
And on that note, we'll bring this to a close.
God was, God is, and God will be.
Thanks be to God.
Reaping and sowing, planting and hoeing, there's something showing, popping up through the sod. The Spirit's blowing, new life we're knowing, giving and growing in the garden of God. reaping and sowing, planting and hoeing. There's something showing, popping up through the sod. The Spirit's blowing, new life we're knowing, giving and growing in the garden of God.